Hello there, my name is Dominic and today I'm going to show you how to prevent your socket outlets and plugs from burning out by following two very simple steps. If you follow these two steps, you will never have anything that looks like this in your home ever again. Before it gets so bad, you will always hear and see some signs. For example, you will see some sparking. If you are in a dark room, you will see some sparking when you plug in and plug out any of your plugs from the socket outlet. You will also hear some crackling or some sparking behind the socket outlet. And let me show you how that happens. These two are plugs that I have replaced for people, and I seriously don't understand how it got to this position. And this can happen on both the live and neutral leads, as you can see here. This is another socket outlet that also has the same fate, but you can see just has a crack here, but you can see something was burning inside there. And if you take a look at the back, it had melted here. And this is the plug on an extension. This extension. This is what happens when you plug appliances into your extension. Now let me show you what happens inside here so that we can get to such extreme levels. And this can easily cause an electrical fire and burn down your whole house, your business, or even your building. This is very dangerous. I want to take you inside the socket outlet so that I can show you what happens to such beautiful plugs to make them look like this. Inside the socket outlet, there are such plates that look like this. And these are what hold the pins on your plug. And they are supposed to be held tightly, just like that. Now with time, because you are plugging and unplugging this thing ever so oftenly, these things will stretch. And once they stretch, the pins can no longer be held. And when this is happening, sometimes you will notice that whatever appliance you are plugging in doesn't work. Sometimes you have to plug it in at weird angles for it to work, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you have to just tap it at the back for it to connect. Again, if this happens, please replace your socket outlet as soon as possible. Before I explain the second method, I'm going to take you inside the socket outlet and show you why this happens. Now, when this happens, there isn't a very good electrical connection, and this is what causes sparking. And this sparking will cause what is known as carbon, or that black stuff. Let me just open this thing so that I can show you. It was just a matter of time for this plug to look like this. Now, if we take a look back here, you can see that this thing is tight. This is the neutral, and the live one is a little bit overstretched. And if you take a look inside there, you can see it's blackened. It has some black soot. Now this black soot cannot conduct electricity very well, and this is what usually causes sparking, and this sparking causes heat, and this extreme heat is what causes this to happen. You will notice that this never happens on televisions or home theaters or soundbars or phone chargers. This always happens on appliances, mostly appliances that use heat like kettles, water heaters, hair dryers, water dispensers, washing machines, cookers, and such. Replacing the socket outlet is solving half the problem. The next thing you should do is replace the plug. But if the plug is in great condition, just take a sandpaper and wipe it clean. If you don't have a sandpaper, then use the Scotch-Brite available in your kitchen. Just wipe it clean. Using my Scotch-Brite, you can see the difference between what I have wiped and what I have not wiped. But what if your plug needs replacement? What type of plug should you use? Before I explain that, I want to introduce to you these two terms, thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics are plastics that will melt when you apply heat. Thermosetting plastics are plastics that will not deform even if you apply heat, they will retain their shape. All switches and socket outlets that we use in our homes are made of thermosetting plastics. Any other type of plastic that you know is a thermoplastic. Now some plugs are made of thermosetting plastics, and these are the types of plugs that you should replace your burnt out plugs with. From that explanation, you can tell that all these plugs are made from thermoplastics, and that's because they have melted and deformed. While this socket outlet is made from a thermosetting plastic, the only thing it did was crack here, but it never melted. It retained its shape. This plug is made from a melting thermoplastic, while this one is made from a non-melting thermosetting plastic. How do you know the difference? Let me show you. The first thing to note is the type of screw used. Melting thermoplastics use a self-tapping screw, while thermosetting plugs use a fine thread screw with an inset for the screw. That's because this thermosetting plastic is usually very brittle and can break very easily. You can see that this chunk here has broken off. Another thing to note is the thickness of the walls. Thermosetting plastics have thicker walls than their thermoplastic counterparts. There is a very huge difference in the thickness of the walls. If I tried to bend this wall, it will just break on me. If I tried that one on thermoplastic, it will first of all bend before it breaks. And you can actually see that. Now this is the best plug to replace your burnt out plug with, because this thing will never melt. They are usually more expensive, and that's the best thing to use, especially with your cookers. Although these are not made from thermosetting plastic, this is molded plastic. It can hold the current but not the heat. So if anything happens like this, the best plug to use is a thermosetting plastic plug. That's it. I hope you learned something new today. If so, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching till the end, and goodbye.